Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to share my first impressions on a fragrance from Afnan. The fragrance is from the Edict collection. I feel like there are 3 or 4 fragrances in that collection. This is the first fragrance that I'm trying from that collection and the fragrance is called AMBERYTHM. Now this fragrance was a blind buy for me, but I have to say a very successful one. I haven't blind bought a fragrance I feel like in a while, honestly. So I will insert a close-up with the presentation. The presentation, I feel like it's impeccable. It looks very luxurious. I feel like it looks like a true experience to unbox it. And the box that it comes in, it's almost like a faux leather type of box, very beautiful with something glass-like there. It's metallic. The fragrance, I feel like the overall vibe of the collection is very luxurious and not even opulent, more like luxurious and elegant and expensive. You know, it feels expensive. Even the fragrance itself, it feels very expensive. Like I've said, you guys, this was a blind buy for me. I had no idea what to expect from this fragrance. I decided to blind buy this fragrance. Basically, I was browsing on Parfumas one day during the Black Friday sales, I feel like, and you know, I was like browsing through the fragrances and none, let's just say, like stood out to me in particular until I got to this collection and they had a very good price for the fragrances. I will insert the price here as a reference. So it was like 15% off, 20% off, I don't remember exactly, but it caught my eye and I wanted to try it, so I bought it. And when I first tried this fragrance, you guys, I was not expecting this fragrance to smell the way it does, honestly. Because I don't have it for a long time in my collection, this video will be more like a first impressions kind of video. I have tested it here and there, but something, you guys, that I wanted to say about this fragrance, please keep in mind. When I first, like I unboxed it basically, you know, and I wanted to spray it. You know how with new fragrances, you have to like push the nozzle a few times until the fragrance comes out? Well, when it came to this one, I just had to push it once and the fragrance came out. So yeah, I don't know. Usually something like this doesn't happen with fragrances, but I don't know. If you have tried this fragrance, let me know if you had the same experience. I don't want to say that someone tried this fragrance prior or anything like this. I definitely don't feel like it's the case. The fragrance came like impeccable, like with the why did I want to say the sealing? Not the sealing, oh my god, how do you call the plastic wrap and everything around it, you know? So yeah, this fragrance, let me apply it on my skin. By the way, if you have tried this fragrance or any fragrances from this collection from Afnan, please let me know how you feel about them. Let me know if you enjoy them, if they are similar to any other fragrances that you have tried. So where should I spray it? I will spray it here. Okay, so this fragrance is an extrait de parfum, meaning that it's much more concentrated than your regular eau de parfum. And I feel like it comes in 80 ml. But you guys, oh my god, this fragrance. This fragrance, it's almost like you have like 2 in 1, honestly. When I smell it in the air, I get one scent profile. When I smell it from up close, I get another scent profile. It's so interesting. This is a quality that I haven't discovered, let's say, in a lot of different fragrances. This is something that I don't know, I feel like it happens just with this fragrance. It's very interesting. So I will let you know what fragrances this one slightly reminds me of, and then I will let you know how this one actually smells like. So if you haven't tried any of the 2 fragrances, you could still like paint a picture as to how this one smells like. So in the whiff of it, basically when I keep my arm here and I just get like whiffs of the fragrance, it reminds me of Instant Crush from Mancera. But imagine an Instant Crush, same molecular feel, but even more molecular. It's very interesting because this fragrance, like in the term, like in weight wise, it feels very light and translucent and airy and bright, but at the same time it feels very strong. You know, it's a very interesting combo between this like translucency mixed with the strength of the fragrance. It's very interesting. So like I've said, in the whiff, in the sillage, I get Instant Crush. I get that, yeah, that interesting like spicy gingery, but I feel like here you get a little bit of cinnamon as well. So it's like this gingery, cinnamony, molecular, saffrony, sugary feel almost, you know. You have the translucency, that specific translucency feel of Instant Crush, but I feel like it's a tad more, in a sense, it's a bit more closed off, in a sense that you cannot smell all the notes in the whiff. All the notes that remind me of Instant Crush, but it's that same like vanillic, amberwood, saffrony type of combo with the spicy, with the sweet spicy nuances, you know. Now when I smell it, as I lean in and as I smell it from close, you guys, it smells like Khamrah, like Campfire, like Sublime Comedie from Tweens, basically all the inspirations of Angel Share that I've tried. Like, what? I was not expecting this, honestly. So to me, it's a fusion between Instant Crush and Angel Share. If you love those two fragrances and if you are looking for something similar but different at the same time, check out this fragrance. Get a sample, get a decant, but test it. I feel like test it for a while. But it's something else, honestly. It's something that you don't come across often. So yeah, oh my god, this is so interesting. Yeah, legit, you guys, legit. Like, the closer I get to my skin, I start to get this almost like... Now look, it's not boozy, but it's almost like a cold apple pie, but it's very interesting because it's almost like you have that like apple pie nuance, but deep in the background with the sweetness. Is the sweetness that I smell from very close, that apple pie type of sweetness with the cinnamon that reminds me of did I say Campfire? No, I didn't mean Campfire. I hope I said Fire Your Desire. That fragrance from Paris Corner that is supposed to be a dupe of Angel Share. I hope I didn't say Campfire. Is the sweetness that reminds me of Khamrah, of Fire Your Desire, of Sublime Comedie, of all the fragrances in that same scent family. But it's almost like you have this... So imagine that scent family, but imagine now it's wrapped in something like saffron-y, spicy, Baccarat Rouge-esque, like, even though I can't say that it's Baccarat Rouge per se, it's more like Instant Crush, you know. Imagine something Instant Crush-esque per se, you know, but even more molecular, I feel like, and even more artificial. It's very interesting. In the air, it smells very cold. As I lean in, it smells a little bit warm. I don't know, it's a fragrance that I feel like plays with your senses. It's a fragrance that you need to give time to test it. It's a fragrance that has all these hidden facets and nuances and textures, and it's almost like contrasting nuances put together that create in the end a fragrance like a two-in-one type of fragrance. I don't know, I am still testing it, I am still playing out with it, I don't know. I'm still trying it here and there, you know, and I still haven't done like a full wear test, but I will definitely update you in a future video. But so far, you guys, if you love Instant Crush and if you love Khamrah, Fire Your Desire, Sublime Comedie, Angel Share, of course, that type of scent family, you should try this fragrance. It feels... yeah, it feels very interesting, and also in the dry down, basically it's a fusion between like Instant Crush and Tobacco Vanille, or like Amber Oud Tobacco from Al Haramain. It's almost like you get this like, I don't even know how to describe it, because it's muted, it's subdued, it's molecular, but you still get that whiff, like something like tobacco, like, but like a very dry, sweet, vanillic like tobacco, you know what I mean? Yeah, legit, you guys, when I smell it from up close, I smell Khamrah. But if you have tried Khamrah, to me, imagine the whiff of Khamrah, you know, not the full bodied scent with the warmth, with the richness, with the fullness, with all the textures. Imagine you just get the smell of Khamrah in the sillage, so you get a whiff of Khamrah with a whiff of Instant Crush. Blend them together somehow, make it very molecular, translucent, but strong at the same time. This is strong, this projects, this fills up rooms, this fragrance, but I don't know, it's so light, it almost feels like it travels everywhere in the room, you know, when you spray it. I remember the first time I got this fragrance, I did one spray on my skin. I went outside of the room to do something, I don't know, maybe to the kitchen, I don't even remember what I did. I came back and the scent lingered there in the air. You know, in my mind, this is why I say that it almost feels so light in terms of weight that the scent just like lingers everywhere in the air, you know, it stays there. So yeah. Very interesting fragrance. I am definitely not mad about it. I am happy to have it in my collection. I cannot wait to wear it more. This to me is the kind of fragrance that you could wear it all year round, honestly. It's rich enough, like strong enough so that people will smell it on you in winter. It's neither too cold or citrusy to the point where you can only wear it in warm weather, but it's neither your ultra heavy, let's just say like tobacco, ambery, balsamic, leathery, rosy, heavy type of fragrance that you can only wear in the coldest of days of winter. To me, this is a very good in-between. I feel like daytime, nighttime, this could be easily a signature scent. I feel like if you love fragrances, all if you love basically the scent family, the family of Baccarat Rouge with all the cousins and the inspirations and the half sisters and everything. I don't know if you love that scent family, if you love the scent family of Arabian Stonke, if you love the scent family of Instant Crush, of course with all the inspirations, and if you love the scent family of Angel Share, of course with all the inspirations, then I would recommend you to try this fragrance. But please, I feel like what makes a difference and what you should really keep in mind when it comes to this fragrance, don't think that you get, it's not like you spray Instant Crush on this hand, Khamrah on this hand, you smell them together and you get this fragrance. No, to me, imagine it's like you get a heavy whiff of Instant Crush with like a heavy whiff of Khamrah, but you get the whiff of the scents, not the scent per se. You get the whiff, and like I've said, make it very molecular, light, bright, translucent, airy, you know, that scent quality. And this is the fragrance. I feel like this is Amberrythme. To me, it's very interesting. So it's slightly spicy, slightly cinnamony, slightly gingery. In the opening especially, I feel like it smells like a ginger house in a sense, you know, like a ginger house, but like, again, like a molecular ginger house, you know. I feel like the key that describes this fragrance is translucent. No, there are like more words that describe this fragrance. Like molecular, translucent, airy, but heavy, you know. Yes, slightly spicy, slightly sweet, slightly vanillic, slightly powdery, slightly saffrony molecular, slightly like apple pie-like, but imagine like a whiff of something apple pie, but like deep in the background. So yeah, very interesting fragrance, you guys. I will definitely have to test it more. I do want to film an update on it. I don't feel like I've fully discovered this fragrance yet, you know, but I have posted on Instagram, and lots of you told me that you cannot wait to see the review for the fragrance, so I decided to do it sooner instead of like doing like the whole 1 month wearing test and everything like this. Performance wise, this performs, you guys. Something I have noticed about this fragrance, like I've said, I haven't tried it like tons of times. I feel like I've tried it 2 or 3 times by now. But something that I have noticed about this fragrance is that you get nose blind to it, but the fragrance is still there, the scent still lingers and is still present. For instance, I have like a cardigan that I wear when I'm at home, you know, now it's winter, sometimes it's a bit chilly, I like to put something on, you know, to feel cozy and warm. Yes, I wear that cardigan, and that specific day I did 1 spray of the fragrance when I got it, basically on the cardigan, 1 on my skin. Now on my skin, in all honesty, I don't remember how long it lasted, but it lasted for more than 6 hours, this I can tell you for sure. But how much more than 6 hours, I'm not really sure. Perhaps I will update you here on the screen if I don't forget to. But on that cardigan, you guys, like days later, I can still smell the fragrance. Like 3 days later, the scent is still there. And every time I put it on and I take, let's just say like this arm here, like I do something with it and I move basically the cardigan, I get whiffs of the fragrance. So to me, this is not a fragrance that is faint. This is not a soft fragrance. This is a fragrance that stays on your skin. It performs, it projects. I told you, it lingers, like wherever you spray the scent, it almost like it stays in the air, it lingers, it leaves a trail. So performance, I feel like it's amazing. These were my thoughts about this fragrance. Gender wise, look, to me, unisex, cleaning, feminine. I don't know what to say, you guys. Wear whatever you like, honestly. Wear whatever you like, wear whatever makes you happy. It does have some sweetness, so if you're a man, you need to appreciate sweeter fragrances, but it's not overly sweet, you know. But I feel like if you don't find Instant Crush, I feel like as a reference, it's a bit less sweet than Instant Crush, but almost, how to explain? In the sillage, you get 1 type of sweetness. When you smell it from very close, you get a different kind of sweetness, you know. I feel like this is the aspect that makes this fragrance very interesting, and I feel like I have mentioned this aspect for the 10th time, so I'm not gonna say anything more. Yes, thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you have tried this fragrance, please let me know how you feel about this fragrance. Let me know if you find it similar to Instant Crush. Let me know if you find it similar to Khamrah, Fire Desire, Sublime, Comedie, Angel Share. Or let me know if you find it similar to any other fragrances. I will definitely do an update, perhaps in a month and a half, where I will do like an in-depth review on how it smells, how it develops and everything. Because I definitely feel like I've mentioned there are facets that I haven't discovered yet when it comes to this fragrance, you know. So yes. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. This helps me a lot and it encourages me to create more content here on YouTube. I will see you in my next video, but until then, thank you so much for watching, and I want to wish you an amazing day wherever you are. Bye guys.